This is exhilarating. Get excited.
Run! It's Godzilla! No, it isn't. Due to international copyright law, we cannot say. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla!
I feel like Austin Powers, is that in vogue anymore? Can we even play that?
I guess, I don't know.
I don't think they could make Austin Powers anymore.
No, I don't think so. It's like looking back on certain films that I watched when I was growing up. For instance, Porky's. Did you ever see Porky's growing up?
I did not. I was thinking about oh wow.
There's some stuff in Porky's that it didn't fly back whenever I was growing up, and now I can only imagine what people would say about it now.
I was actually thinking about Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that one, that same deal, man. It's made in the same era.
No way you're gonna.
Oh yeah, can't. It's like that uppity done hit me with a shovel.
So I was wondering actually. So I have seen a resurgence of like sword and sorcery, pulpy '80s adventure movies. But like, those would not go well in today's climate. So I kind of wonder because they're
talking about Highlander, because Highlander is Henry Cavill and the director of the John Wick films, Chad Stahelski, are at the spearhead of it.
That I think is fine. And then I saw they apparently made a new Red Sonja movie, which remembering the old one, that might translate okay. The one that kind of got me is so apparently they are making or have made a new Deathstalker.
Yes.
It was produced by Slash.
I heard about that,
But the OG Deathstalker there's no way there's no way they're going to run something like that in theaters.
There's actually okay. Every now and again you'll get these edgy spike ups in like old pulpy things from like back in the 70s and 80s. For instance, Last House on the Left. Can't completely can't go nowadays. No. But back in 2009, they did a remake of it with like Sarah Paxton and like Sarah Paulson and all them, and it was actually pretty damn good. Also, the fact that Jesse, aka Aaron Paul, was one of the people that did the very, very bad thing that happened in that. It was actually hilarious. Like looking back on that, because I was just like, Jesse, you should have stayed in the freaking Winnebago. But yeah, and then of course, I Spit on Your Grave, which Jesus God, that one.
I don't know anything about that one.
It's
pretty rough. Yeah.
And it gets really, really bad.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
Yikes. Yeah, not sad I missed out on that one.
Yeah, and then the worst film I've ever seen actually is from like the last 15, 20 years, and it is. I'm not going to say the name of the film, but there are people out there who do know the name of the film. I'm going to mute again. Do not watch. I put that name in your head. Just remember, do not watch it.
Fair,
do not.
Fair.
It is.
Oh, I'm not one of those like curiosity killed the cat sort of people.
Dude, I was bet $100 to watch it, and I was like, it's $100. What do I give a shit? Sat there, watched the whole movie. After when the credits started rolling, I literally was just like, I should have let you keep the $100, man.
I'm too lazy to sit down and watch things I actually want to watch.
It's like me. Oh gosh. Okay. I'll cut this part out. So Godzilla versus Hulk. This is one that a lot of people have been wanting us to react to this. So I wanted to wait until Micah was here because I knew
love
that
Godzilla.
Oh yes. Well, not only that, but like people were demanding that we do this death battle with you. Yeah. And here we are. We are finally doing this death battle after over 2 weeks of this being out.
Sorry.
No. That's the crazy thing. The last time you were here, this was releasing the day after.
Bombs always drop as soon as the day after I record with you.
And this is the thing. People, I wanted to do the trend of chasing the trend of doing it immediately, but I knew that without you, it wouldn't be as cool because let's be honest, you're one of the biggest Godzilla fans I know.
I love Godzilla.
I do too. I do too. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen in this death battle. So let's go ahead and check it out. Are you ready, sir?
I hope so.
Me too. Let's go. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
The Hulk versus Godzilla.
Marvel's Green Goliath against the king of the monsters. He's
so
Wiz
good.
and I'm
Yeah.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Bill Bixby.
What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster? Or is he
Yes.
both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma scientist of all,
David Banner.
Dr. Robert Bruce Banner.
But
Oh.
just before it went
So-
off, Bruce had
yeah,
to be a
okay.
hero and save some
I
dumb
think it was
schmuck who
Bruce.
was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the Incredible Hulk, a pissed off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the Hulk emerges when Banner's anger flares.
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the original Grey Hulk. He's a cunning gangster and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent, overprotective personality that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy shit! Somebody actually drew this?
But the Hulk everyone knows, the
Old,
big guy.
old comics did not care, man.
No.
They did some wild stuff.
That's why, again, the Comics Code Authority, you know, that's when the Silver Age got ushered in. Because the Golden Age of comics, back when there were no rules or anything
Right.
like that, you got away with everything.
Right.
Dude, they had BDSM in Wonder Woman comics. Like, think about that. And then the Comics Code Authority came in and said, no, well, you have to follow these guidelines or they will not be released to the public.
Dude, early Spider-Man is some
Oh,
of the
man.
weirdest stuff where, like, I just had a brain fart on Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, Gwen
Gwen Stacy hooked up with Norman Osborn. And she
Yeah.
had the twins, and that the boy became the Gray Goblin, and all that stuff. That was bananas.
Yes.
Like, I just,
Truly.
yeah, old comics are wild, man.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, dude. But overall, I would say the biggest thing for me is just, you know, when the Silver Age of comics started, that's when you got the ridiculous, like, the absolutely ridiculous ones. Like Silver Age Superman is one of the most ridiculously powerful entities in all of media, and it's like they talk about pre-crisis and post-crisis, like the Infinite Crisis. Infinite Crisis is considered when the Silver Age ended and the Bronze/Modern Age of comics began, and the Comics Code Authority lost all of its power. So, yeah, but honestly, comics were pretty wicked back in the day.
Is known as Savage Hulk. It seems he also developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality. Though I'd argue he's more clever than you'd expect.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one, Bruce Banner. See, Banner's relationship with the Hulk is complicated.
Oh, they hate each other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor Hulk, a balanced blend of Banner's brain and the Hulk's brawn.
The buffest nerd you'll ever meet. But what about when Bruce takes a step back? If he isn't trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker!
Without Bruce's temperament, the Hulk's power and fury surges, mixing Savage's rising strength with the personality and cunning of a warlord. The Green Scar is no mere superhero. He's a king and a conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift
Yeah.
100.
Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
Planet Hulk. Once again, I really wish that we would have gotten, you know, World War Hulk and Planet Hulk as movies, because those would be so ballin', dude. Sheesh. But because Universal still owns the rights to the Hulk, we're never gonna see it, because Universal's never gonna get their shit together, because, you know, they don't want to be they just don't want to do it.
50 billion tons of rock jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. he was pinned down by the spear of Proxima Midnight, which holds the weight of a star, and was fine. And when we say world breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it by himself.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials. Even without it, Mjolnir can cross the universe in seconds.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap. Good luck with that, Hammer Man. But the green guy's got way more going on than just brute strength.
As the Hulk's power stems from gamma, he can utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma, he can shoot lasers from his eyes and read people's minds? Oh, also, he can see ghosts and give him a good old-fashioned Hulk smash.
Hulk can break through the boundaries of comic book borders themselves into the empty white between panels, a gutter space beyond time and concept.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk to the reader? Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all
Can we not? No.
Gamma.
Move on.
Exactly. In real life,
Not my. I just cross my arms and go, not my She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany. No.
gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation similar to X-rays.
But in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell.
On Earth 616, gamma radiation is an electromagnetic frequency that can manifest as either a wave, a particle, or something else. Something that nobody really understands.
Except for Bruce.
That's right. Dr. Banner is a certified genius with 7 PhDs. According to Norman Osborne, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Banner built the Her Collider Synchrotron, a machine that can scan the entire multiverse with the speed of a hypermind. He created the Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps,
piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his gamma bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. Hey, can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the gamma bomb on his own, keeping its design secret. In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the Green Door.
You know how we said the bomb killed Bruce? That wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the lowest possible dimension of reality.
It's trippy, but whenever Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested by werewolves. If he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all. The dark side of the one above all.
That's right, God has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about the end of all things. But Hulk just said, nah.
So, what is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured soul? A super weapon for Armageddon?
Don't overthink it, Wiz. Hulk is Hulk, and Hulk's the strongest one there is.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla, the king of the monsters. He was pretty pissed off over the worst wake-up ever, so he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated...
I can just imagine Godzilla's roar. It'd be like, what's it trying to say? Hold on, I'll translate. It said, this is for Nanking and Manchuria. Oh. Never mind.
radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes and the most epic roar ever.
Over the years, there have been many iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons, there's at least 27 different Godzillas stomping around, not including Manila, the Scrappy Doo of kaiju. Sorry, that's insulting to Scrappy Doo.
Despite the variety,
I don't know about that.
Godzilla is somewhat consistent, so we'll examine his entire history, focusing on the larger releases. In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan radioactive monster.
Standing 165 feet tall, at minimum, Goji smashes through skyscrapers with
depends
ease.
on the Godzilla you're talking about there, dude, because, I mean, Godzilla, the Godzilla in Godzilla -1, I forget how big.
He was one of the smallest to date.
Yeah, and the one that I remember when we watched Shin Godzilla in theaters, Shin Godzilla was actually the tallest one.
So if you're going animated, you have Godzilla.
Oh, there's Godzilla Earth. That's right. That one's like
he's
literal
insane. He's like the size of like a mountain.
Yeah, and for me, if you're talking animated, well, in terms of live action, Shin Godzilla is the tallest one, whereas the thickest one is the legendary Godzilla. The monster.
He's pretty thick.
Yeah, but
well, they slimmed him down quite a bit in the Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, the New Empire.
Yeah. The 90s, the Godzilla I kind of grew up with, like 1989 Godzilla vs. Biollante, he's pretty chunky.
Oh, yeah.
I think he slimmed down a little bit by the time he fought Destroya, but yeah, 89, he's pretty chunky.
For me, the one I'll never forget, Godzilla vs. Megalon with the flying drop kick. Still to me, one of the funniest, like the,
And when Hidora, the smog monster, tries to run away, and he's just like, nope. And he hops up in the air and curls a little ball and just atomic ray to like launch himself through the air to chase him down. Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Silly.
It is supremely
He's
silly.
so casual about bullets and rockets, they might as well be gnats. And the bombs did so much more than just pump up his size. He's got atomic breath.
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of 1,100 miles, it can exceed 500,000 degrees Celsius, almost 90 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
But depending on how much radiation he's absorbed, or life energy from a giant pterodactyl, he can do way more with it.
His red spiral ray is a supercharged version that doubles in heat and power, and spins.
Or he can blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he could always do that, I guess. Look at him go.
With
Yes.
God have mercy, it's so silly.
enough energy built up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body, creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted by Hatsune Miku.
Yes. I hate that that's a thing. You talk about the anime ones.
I was not aware of this.
No, I know. I not a lot of people are. The fact that I know about it, it hurts me. And the fact that you now know about it, I'm so sorry you know about it now.
Isn't she like a VR idol?
Yes, she's literally she's a VR idol that, she's a vocode. She basically, they code out music with her voice.
That's wild.
Yes.
There's also a number of era exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his tail.
And Hanna-Barbera
And it's back. Don't forget,
They're doing Shin too.
yeah.
Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Effectively a living nuclear reactor,
There it is.
Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of Nikes, Godzilla got busy.
Amazing.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
Amazing.
Yeah. Also, you made that Blazing Saddles comment earlier. I was trying to find this on the soundboard, and I finally found it.
Hey, where are the white women at?
It's
Don't ask me why I have that on the soundboard.
I respect it.
kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla can be when you're bringing up this sort of thing.
Oh yeah? Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr. Pepper? Fine, let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biolante, which weighed 200,000 tons, or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath at Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary enough for you? God, I want a Dr. Pepper.
With such awesome might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes, like King Ghidorah and Gigan. In Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M Hunter Nebula to Earth in 24 seconds, and that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
But sadly, OG Goji got done in by the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer. Developed in secret by Dr. Serizawa, this weapon could suffocate and liquefy molecules. The ramifications of such a weapon were so detrimental, Serizawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
Yeah, he literally... I remember watching the original Godzilla and that happening and him literally, like, activating it while he was underwater. Well, I was just like, oh, damn. And then you see Godzilla turn into a skeleton. I was like, sheesh.
He got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow up his head, explode him from the inside, or crush him in a black hole. Then he'll come back.
Or evolve into an even more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
And super forms. He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked off a nuclear winter just by existing.
Even the Oxygen Destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a robot, his bones summoned another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay, why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same.
That's not Godzilla.
They bought the rights to him and canonized
just
him.
To kill him.
Yeah, just to rename him and kill him.
Yes, but
Pick
I
on
will say
some other
this.
country?
He stomped
This Godzilla, I'm okay with. You know,
I love King of the Monsters.
Oh, King of Monsters, I like a lot. I think that Godzilla, my favorite's probably Godzilla vs. Kong, the first Godzilla vs. Kong, and then I would say
It's okay.
King of the Monsters, New Empire, and then the 20.
I really like King of the Monsters. I thought the first Godzilla was fine.
I thought it was okay. My problem is killing off Bryan Cranston way too early.
Yeah,
that was my biggest issue.
I don't know. The Godzilla and Kong, they just kind of feel like a Marvel movie to me.
To an extent, yeah. Which New Empire, I will say this: I'm like expanding the the.
I do like the Hollow Earth is cool.
Hollow Earth,
like
yeah.
I do like that.
Yes, that to me I think is a really neat idea and is just super cool. But anyway, sorry.
Around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is intrinsically linked with Japan, a symbol of both their devastation and resilience, a reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those who peer too deeply into the unknown. But also, Japan's in Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not always so bad, though. He can be super protective, defending other monsters, his own kid, and sometimes even people. I'd say there's 2 types of Godzillas: the monster of nature's wrath and the guardian of planet Earth.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk.
On 2 legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh, God, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth and all of reality so that kaiju can exist. This theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes.
You're overthinking it. In terms of that stuff, you're overthinking it a bit, because everyone talks about the cube square law. Here's the thing with the cube square law: we understand that gravity, of how gravity affects structural things. That's why we can't build buildings like taller than a certain amount in the world. I get that, but you're really going to, once again, you're just going to pull a full Occam's razor and just say there's nothing biologically possible that with Godzilla's skeletal structure that would allow him to be able to walk around. I mean, you don't know what his bones and body are completely made of.
Why are we worried about this when the Hulk can jump from New Mexico to Florida? Like, what biological structure can hold enough kinetic energy to launch something like that?
And then not only that, but also to literally clap a hole into the eternity. I mean, it makes no sense.
This is small fry stuff to worry about.
Yeah, but it's just that they're making such a big point about it. Once again, I know this is how Death Battle does because this is what they do. I'm not.
Well, I think they all, they're just discussing like the potency of this, archetype molecule from Singular Point.
Yeah,
it's probably, the only realistic thing that's going to help him win against Hulk, because Hulk is just busted.
Potentially, yeah.
I'll trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes around Japan. Even his own blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more as archetype distorts the universe, Ultima's existence implies a far more complex origin for all Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes, we get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from Big Lizard Smash Building, huh?
This shadow, this wannabe god, desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla is its avatar.
Through Ultima, this entity sees the universe as an interactable fiction and can control causality. Ultima himself is a singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
Think of it this way: if something happens that the entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for time.
And now my head hurts. TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey,
the orthogonal diagonalizer,
to zap all of Archetype into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it, because while each Godzilla has its differences, one thing remains certain.
Godzilla is immortal, and that makes him the king.
Look at the skulls, gaze into their eyes. Now you are completely hypnotized. You've fallen into my evil trap. I order you right now, go to deathbattle.gg.
Wiz,
I'm
it didn't
good.
work. They're still here.
What? No, Boomstick, this is terrible. How can I get them to go to the Death Metal website?
Just tell them about all the cool death metal stuff they'll find, like a bunch of exclusive merch, every episode ever, even ones not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. So how about it, guys? Go to www.deathbattle.gg.
All right, you heard them. Don't make a liar out of Boomstick. Go to deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right. I can take a wild guess as who you got, but
I'm
go for it.
gonna stand by my boy. I got to go with Godzilla.
The G-Man?
Going into this, I was kind of like, this is kind of silly because Hulk they've just made busted. I mean, he's silly. But that being said, I was approaching it from the perspective of like the Toho movies are kind of canon Godzilla. I kind of put like Godzilla Earth and Singular Point and the comics like Godzilla Goes to Hell is like that's them having fun with Godzilla, like what could he be? But I mean, if you're pulling in like the Singular Point stuff and even like his, you know, him going to hell and all that, I don't know. It could be Godzilla. I wasn't actually expecting all that.
Well, you're sticking with G-Man.
I mean, I got to.
I mean, yeah, of course. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna back Hulk on this one.
I mean,
I'm gonna back Hulk, but I'm not 100% certain.
No,
I'm not 100%
going
certain
into
at
it,
all.
I thought it was a silly fight because I knew how busted Hulk was.
Yeah,
You know,
Hulk. Would you say it would be this is a Hulk Buster?
I mean,
Sorry.
I hope so.
Sorry, but yeah, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we go with the death battle. Old Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground.
Godzilla has reached
Until
the
the
city.
Incredible Hulk
So far,
jumped
the
from
evacuation
ship
is...
and hit
Wait,
Godzilla with a
look!
bat grenade. KO! Well, shortest battle ever, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's go home. Wrap it up.
All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble. No! Hulk stays!
Yeah, about that. He ain't done. I'm a firing my laser.
So stick with the -1 blast.
Yeah, which I'm all about.
You think you're strong? I scan the world! Stay down!
Head go. He head go. Damn. Oh.
Stupid lizard.
Oh, yeah. About that. So if they're both immortal in this way, I mean, how's it going to end?
I don't know.
I think I understand.
Do you? How can you understand what you cannot comprehend, Bruce?
It's been days since the battle began, and the red dust is spreading. Godzilla has grown in size, but we believe we are...
No, you're not.
How does it work? Well, smash. A million, trillion to one and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster. 2 + 2 is 5. A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. A million. A trillion. I just need one.
Oh.
You did it, big guy. We did it.
Damn.
Okay, run this
Kind of what I expected.
by me.
Hulk is so OP. They'd have to delve into like Singular Point to make Godzilla, you know, capable. But I mean, if regular humans were able to come up with a way to like push him to his final evolution and beat him essentially, then obviously Bruce Banner could.
Yeah.
Because he's almost as smart as Reed Richards.
I just had to one question real quick. So
That's
oh, come on.
it's not doing it.
Oh, that did. Really? Oh, the connectivity thing's being stupid again. Wow.
Wow, the keyboard is like stroking out.
Okay, so we've had multiple iterations of Hulk versus Broly. He lost. Hulk versus Doomsday. He lost. Hulk versus Godzilla. He wins. Okay, here's my question about this. Hulk has lost both times that he's... And they never brought up the Green Door.
That seems a little weird, actually.
Yeah, that's a bit strange to me.
Because I had never heard of the Green Door.
I had neither.
And of course, I mean, versus Doomsday is 8 years ago. I don't know if that's newer to comics or not.
I don't remember. I mean, if anyone, an expert in the comment section, can let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be more than happy to like be wrong about this, but at the same time, I don't know.
I mean, that's honestly how I expected it to go, because canon Godzilla I love, but
yeah,
Godzilla was also shown to have limitations. I mean, you know, especially like King Ghidorah was usually able to, you know, beat him in some scenarios.
Yeah.
Things like that. Godzilla was never meant to be... Godzilla was never meant to be like invincible or immortal. He was like, you know, kind of, well, I mean, initially just the horror of, you know, the nuclear age and like the repercussions of using it as a weapon.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, in all honesty, it's just the whole deal is just versions of Godzilla are more terrifying than others. Like Godzilla -1 is one of the most terrifying ones.
Shin Godzilla was.
Phew, that was horrifying.
Sure.
But at the same time, you know, I mean that final image in Shin Godzilla with like the little Godzilla splitting off of its tail, I was like, ooh,
gross.
Yeah. Once again, leave it to Hideki Anno to be like as vague and as disturbing as possible. Anyway, sorry, let's get back to this.
What happened?
It's complicated, so let's break this down into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction-level events, tag beyond light-speed foes like Gigan, blow up planets. However, the Hulk is beyond that.
The big guy clapped a universe to bits and shook the infinite dimensions linked to the crossroads. In a straight fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim. No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Even a small piece of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So the gap in power becomes nebulous. Still, unless Hulk could remove Ultima from the equation, neither held a clear advantage in power and stats.
Especially when you look at their immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop. Even with their healing factors, both could technically kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar. So both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless they could somehow prevent what was happening in those other dimensions. So let's examine the layers of their multiverses. Marvel's Cosmos has infinite higher dimensions, which themselves are transcended by the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until...
Oh my gosh. The House of Ideas, the land that couldn't but shouldn't be, White Hot Room, Beyonder's Domain, Far Shore, Neutral Zone, Eternity, Superflow. Oh my god.
You reach the House of Ideas, the domain of the one above all.
So that's where Stan Lee lives.
Yeah.
One below all mirrors the one above all. The below place mirrors the House of Ideas. Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and below. This means the below place, the Hulk's respawn point and source of power, is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's plenty to work with, and Hulk can reach into comic book gutter space, so he should be able to reach through a singular point, but that's not enough.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in the past, is an expert on particles from a greater dimension that mutate reality beyond our understanding.
Who made a device with those particles that breaks space-time, like the diagonalizer? Who made a supercomputer that scanned the infinite multiverse with the speed of a hypermind, like the dimension calculator? Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and even built an ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The Green Door waits for no Hulk, including Banner. Even if Ultima's catastrophe destroyed the universe, the door could deposit Banner in a different universe, and he could continue the fight.
He had all the time in the infinite multiverse.
So basically, it was just came down to
It was just a draw, except Bruce Banner could eventually, over countless realities and lifetimes, come up with a way to separate the connection to the entity.
Yeah.
There was only one way this could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and monsters, man was the Ultima weapon.
The winner is Bruce Banner.
Next time on Death Battle.
Alright, who's next? Ruby? Ah. Okay.
Subscribe
Ruby and
and...
Maka. Okay, interesting. Ruby. No, time's passed. We're beyond that.
That was pretty good. Honestly, that went better than I thought, because I thought it was just, when I heard about it, I was like, this is gonna be silly, because Hulk is just
busted.
And then it's like when they're talking about, like, you know, breaking chains that literally bound eternity, it's like,
yeah, it's like, what are we doing, man?
well, that's where I think comics go too far, and why they eventually have to come up with the explanation that, well, there's a third form of Gamma that is like reality bending and beyond our understanding, because
of course,
you know, because it's like at that point it's like, You know, how can something be that strong? He's literally stronger than this nebulous entity, Eternity, that encapsulates, you know,
who knows? Like
the concept of infinity. You know?
Yeah.
So,
once again, I am not gonna. I've gotten flack in the past for the ridiculousness of comic book characters because we got flack for the whole Goku versus Superman thing because they've done that match 3 times now, and the end result is exactly the same every single time.
Well, and at some point, comics are it's kind of lazy. It's like child logic of like, well, you stink. It's like, well, you stink times infinity. Well, you stink infinity times 2. You know.
Yeah, you stink infinity times infinity. Yeah, it's like, and then before you know it, you're just like, you stink you stink so much the everflow breaks.
Yeah.
Well, you stink so much that the House of Ideas completely burns down. It's like, oh my gosh, leave it alone, man. Yeah. And then I also got flack for Saitama versus Popeye, which, again, the ridiculousness of Popeye, rubber hose, traditional like rubber hose, like comic book characters are just so ridiculously overpowered. In which it is what it is. And people can still be mad. I still get comments for that, even all these years later. It's like, do y'all really have nothing better to do than be mad at me over a death battle that's like from years ago that I don't think about anymore?
Yeah. Nope. Like, still here in 2025.
Yeah. How's it feel to have me living rent free in your head?
Yep.
Anyway. So yeah. Godzilla versus Hulk. Hulk wins. And in all honesty, I guess it's just how it is. And it's sad, but at the same time, good death battle. Yeah. Well done. Well done, death battle. But anything else you want to add there, Micah?
I mean, these are kind of hard too. It's like, I feel like, movie Godzillas versus movie Hulk.
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic, I could see that happening. But once you bring in like World Breaker and stuff, and it,
World Breaker and like Archetype Hulk or Archetype Godzilla, it's just it gets ridiculous. But all right, everyone, thank y'all very much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. So sorry it took us so long to get to this. I just had to wait for the man. I had to wait for him to be here because y'all, if I'd have done it without him, y'all would have had my head.
Made me watch my boy lose.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But, all right. Anyway, till next time, everyone. I'm Nate.
Micah.
Y'all be good people. Take care. Peace.